Let's start things off with a story out of Maryland where Governor Larry Hogan said although he'd like to keep the Washington Commanders playing in Maryland, the state will not get into a bidding war with Virginia over the team.
I can tell you that we're not interested in building a $1.2 billion stadium for the Commanders. That's not going to happen with Maryland tax dollars. I understand there's some talk in Virginia about that. I would say, good luck.
Get him, Larry Hogan, get him. I never wanted to cheer on a politician. I felt more pride for Larry Hogan than I felt for anything that happened in FedEx all season. He just said good luck. Larry hit him with the Liam Neeson line from Taken. He ready to call Dan Snyder right now and say, if you're looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a particular set of skills, like a way to tell you to kick sand. As I find a way to admit every day, I am a cheapskate. I wholeheartedly agree that Maryland shouldn't use tax money for a new stadium. Nobody should. Dan Snyder is a billionaire, as in billions with a B. He doesn't need a handout. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, Dan. Dan Snyder's house so big he could host NFL games in his backyard. He'll be all right. Let's head over to Northwest D.C. for this next story where fans of the show Friends can experience some of the rooms and sets featured on the show as part of an exhibition called The Friends Experience, opening tomorrow. Oh, that ain't the Friends Experience. I can tell you, that is not the Friends Experience. Friends Experience got no business having black people in it. I can tell you this right now. This publicity photo has more black people in it than the whole show did. They're going to have to change the theme song to Houdini. Friends, how many of us have them? Friends, one we can depend on to tell us what happened on the show Friends, because ain't none of my friends watched it. They need to do a living single experience since that show was Friends before Friends. But speaking of living single, back to that photo. He is serenading her like Phoebe Buffay. He better not be singing Smelly Cat or else they won't be friends long. I can tell you that right now. The exhibition runs through June 5th at The One on F Street and tickets start at $35. That's right. $35. Good luck with all that. People must really love that show. I ain't going to judge you. Have fun getting your Central Perk on and just don't be expecting the two people from the promo picture. Now, we're headed to California for this next story where Mike Tyson's cannabis brand created a line of ear-shaped weed gummies that appear to have a chunk bitten out of them. Now, this is referencing Tyson's 1997 fight with Evander Holyfield, where he was disqualified for biting off a chunk of Holyfield's ear. This is brilliant. I'll be honest. This is brilliant. This is a very sound choice, if I must say so myself. Look at them. They look irresistible. All right. Y'all had enough ear puns, or you want to hear more? Bam. Now, the edibles are called Mike Bites, and according to Tyson, these ears actually taste good. I like the way he phrased it. These ears actually taste good, unlike other ears that don't taste as good. Mike would be the world's biggest expert on the taste of ears, especially Evander Holyfield's ears, so it must be true. Mike Bites will be sold at dispensaries in California, Massachusetts, and Nevada. Unfortunately, D.C. isn't on the list, so local stoners will have to travel to get this particular novelty item. But I am glad that Mike Tyson is able to laugh at himself all these years later, as well as find a way to cash in on Fighting Dirty. That, my friends, is the American way. And finally, I chose this last story from New Zealand because it's one of a kind. A couple who thought they dug up the world's largest potato got their hopes dashed when Guinness wrote to tell them that DNA testing found that what they dug up was actually not an actual potato. Yo, that thing looks like Krang from the Ninja Turtles. I'm sorry. I have so many questions. First of all, where did Guinness go to get potato DNA tests? Is there a root vegetable version of 23andMe? And why haven't I seen it on Amazon? Because I would have purchased it by now. That sounds like the weirdest episode of Maury Povich ever. In the case of 6-month-old Spud Fonzo, Mr. Potato Head, you are not the father. Ooh, I told y'all that wasn't my baby. Look at the size of it. She must have been having an affair with Shaq. Mrs. Potato Head, do you have anything to say? Mrs. Potato Head? Hey, cameraman, follow her before she gets away, all through the hallway. Chris, what was funnier, the black lips on Maury Povich or the fact that the lips were covering his nose? I think covering his nose. I think the placement was actually funnier than the pigment in this particular case. Now, Maury loves watching lives get destroyed. Turns out what this couple actually dug up was a gourd. It's got to find a new identity now after thinking it was a potato all this time. Oh, my gourd. Gourd, have mercy. You're in your thoughts and prayers, Bud Fonzo. I know you are. Shout out to you. Have a great weekend. My favorite story, Mike Tyson's ear bite edibles. I'm not telling that man I chose any other story over his. He's scary, and apparently he's a little affected right now. Now, the potato gourd Maury show is a close second because I always enjoy any time we can break out the black mouth.